Alright, continuing on in Act 2 here. We just finished up Act 1, we bought a couple of gems, and we want to go back to Act 1 and buy some more skeletons when we get a chance. Eventually we'd like to have 6 altogether. That's not necessarily what's going to happen, every playthrough is going to be a little different. We got our Absolution gem, which will become our main skill once we're able to use it. Right now I don't have the sockets to be able to put it in. What we really need to have is a 3-link with 1 red and 2 blues at least, and then we're going to work our way to 4 sockets, 1 red, 3 blues. Let's take a quick look at our guide here, just to update our memory on what we need to do. There's our main skill. We have Frostblink with Arcane Surge. We already have this already. That's nice. We're going to get Skitterbots, which is a really helpful gem. Clarity, which we didn't buy because we're not really feeling like we needed it for a mana sustain. That is an optional item for you. We're going to pick up Desecrate here as a quest reward. We're going to do a Bandits quest. We're going to do True Trials of Ascendancy. So remember, the one in the Crypt and in level 2 Chamber of Sins. That's what we need to accomplish in Act 2. I'm going to start by heading north to Old Fields. There's a quest here that you can run that will give you, I believe, a Quicksilver Flask.
When I'm ready and not before.
But we dropped a whole bunch of Quicksilvers in the first act. In fact, we have one here that's magic. This is our evasion, why not? Okay, so we definitely don't need to have any Quicksilvers. Otherwise, we go down in here and there's some boss to fight down there. It's a pretty easy quest, so you need one. Alright, here's this unique monster. Not that dangerous, but he's a little annoying to fight since he rolls around a lot. Guess we'll fight him, why not? Alright, chainmail vest, that's good. Greater mana, that's good. Alright, follow the road. Next zone. Rare bear. Extra life. Okay. You can see life is going down pretty slowly. It's the kind of rare that most people would not bother to stop to fight because you might get something off it, but
I need more mana.
It takes time. Yeah, here I am, out of mana, out of flasks. Still not dead. Come on. And he chops nothing. That's perfect. Alright, here's where I could start using my flesh offering, actually, if I remember to. It requires a corpse to be on the ground to function. So you're gonna have to kill some things first, and then you can trigger your flesh offering, which gives your minions more attack and cast speed. It's a significant amount of cast speed, so it's really worth the buff. But it's somewhat situational because you need the corpse. So I've got some corpses, I used it, but everything's dead already. But it lingers a little while, so you still get some benefit. Alright, so here is a rare bear. And you can see he's got that green stuff on him. That means that he is affected by a tormented spirit, like a ghost. And that makes him have some special mods. Make him very tough. This guy is like a little too much for my character, so I'm not gonna bother with that. Probably kill me 4 or 5 more times. It drops something good, but not necessarily. But here's a shrine. Usually they're guarded by monsters. When you click the shrine, you can take that on effect yourself, and so this is a cold shrine. So it's gonna chill things, which is good. Slows them down. Does some damage, I think. We got a necromancer here, so we gotta target that. Get these ads to stop. Another shrine here. Shrine's quite a powerful effect, so it's worth picking them up. We need some transmute shards, but okay, a rare necromancer here. Extra life, okay. Gains. Alright. This is why people don't fight rares. Risk versus reward is not really. Alright, gonna follow the road here in this zone. It's a little confusing which way to go. Generally you want to head to the right though. So the rolling magma is okay, but we supported it with minion damage. So it's really only making our minions stronger. Until we kill some stuff, we don't have any minions. And so we're really missing out on a lot of the potential. So it's a skill that's set up right now that kind of ramps up as you use it. So if you're just fighting a single mob, it can be a little bit problematic. The one drawback of it, generally it's pretty good, and a couple of rare necromancers here. See how tough they are. Yeah, this health's coming down okay. Yeah, these guys aren't as tough.
I need more mana.
Alright, couple boots. Alright, in this zone, let's check the map here. You can see we're in the Crypt, and so we've got a Trial of Ascendancy to do here. You need to do your Trials of Ascendancies to unlock the labyrinth. You have to run the labyrinth which will then allow you to ascend, which is you choosing your class specialization. Best option for us with skill that this character is using is Necromancer. I got the Shock Shrine on now. Shock increases the amount of damage that things take when they're shocked, so it's quite a good clear these monsters out. Alright, cool. So here's our trial. Yeah, here, these spinning things are really nasty. And here's the... people who are good at this will just dodge everything. And then there's people like me. I just run through things and hopefully my flasks save me. Uh-oh, that's not good. Alright, click the thing. Alright. Now, some of my trials are already unlocked here because of my previous solo self-found playthrough. Normally they would not all be unlocked here. So these are the first two that we've done. Third one here in this area. These are in later acts. Okay. Our gems.
When I'm ready and not before.
Strong box. Alright. I love strong boxes. I always click them. It can be dangerous. So, yeah, you saw that corpse explosion? That could have very likely taken us out.
Clatter.
They get nastier and nastier over time. Alright, let's unveil some things, get rid of some junk. Gloves. Why did I pick these up? Green sockets, not really useful. Chainmail vest with 2 blue sockets. Okay, 25 life. Yeah, that's good. Strengths, and you know, we do need some strengths. That's okay. Intelligence is pretty much useless to us. 6 fire resistance is not very impressive. This is a 4-link. The mods are not useful. But we'll keep it because of the links that may come in handy for us. Upgrade our flasks here. Another one here. Alright, these are things to sell. This is junk, junk, junk. Okay. We're gonna go back to town here so we can sell our stuff. Oop. No, I don't want to sell that. Okay, just selling the junk. I'm gonna see if we can get a red socket now. Start using our main skill. We're looking for red, blue, blue. No luck. Okay, let's go check out wands.
I am a beast.
Wands will generally be blue sockets, but they can have off-color sockets, so... this would have been good. Except for it's just 2 sockets, and we don't have any fusing orbs, so I couldn't even make this item the correct sockets. But you'll notice that's just got minion damage on it. So these are the types of wands that we want to be looking for as we play through, but we're unfortunately not ready for that yet. Since we're really stuck on sockets here, I'm gonna head back to Act 1 and check those vendors just in case.
Welcome.
If they have something, there'll be lower level bases and mods, but that's okay. We're just really looking for sockets right now. And I don't see anything there.
Stay sharp out there.
And for
Hello.
wands, let's see. Okay, very close. Yeah, kind of a tease here. We got well, nothing. All right, we got nothing.
While we live, we are blessed.
We'll live. Okay, take our skill point. We can get some universal damage here. Got minion damage. Got attack and cast speed. We got strength and intelligence. So a lot of good stuff on that node. Next, we're gonna take this minion damage, or we're gonna come down to this life node, depending on how we're feeling. Okay, we're in the crypt. Let's keep going. Let's get this rare, so we can get some more transmute orbs.
And not before.
All right, here we're going down to the next level. Okay, knock down his energy shield at this point. See how fast we can take him down. Kind of stuck in that door, so it's pretty tough, but nothing. Okay. Alright, just looking for the boss here. Ooh, chaos. Nice. If this were a trade league, that would be really a good drop. Act 2 Chaos Orb. Yeah. That's not that common. Alright, rare strong box here, so I'm not gonna identify it because there's no real use. I'm just gonna click it and I'm gonna move away. Sometimes they freeze you and then blow you up. So strong box is always a bit of a gamble. Elk. Yeah, we're doing good for currency. Can't see the mobs. Why didn't yeah, there's our necromancer running away. Alright. Nothing particularly good. Essence, always good.
I need more mana.
Excellent. All right. Good currency drops there. So that alchemy orb turns a normal item rare and applies some random mods to it. So always gamble what you'll get. And it's partially based on the item level of the base that you're alching. But in general, you know, it's a good thing. What we would want to use it for here is if we find a normal item that has the sockets we want, then it could be worth... There are 2 sockets. Ruby flask.
Too much clutter.
So if we get a base type that we want, that's got the sockets we want, but it's normal, we could use the alch to turn it rare, and potentially get some helpful mods. Rare spider here. You can see his energy shield, wearing it down. Now if I left it alone, its energy shield would start regenerating, and then I'd have to knock its energy shield down again. See there, it's regenning its energy shield again. So there's, keep some damage, any damage at all on it, it'll prevent it from regenerating its energy shield. This firewall is pretty helpful for that. It's low mana, easy to cast, and then it'll just ensure that even if you stop doing damage to it with your main skill, that energy shield won't just reappear. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but here's the item filter showing us that this item is special in some way, and this shading indicates that it has 3 linked opposite colored sockets, and so you can sell that for a chromatic orb. Quite nice. Chromatic orbs are used to randomly recolor the sockets of items. Okay. Got a boss here. You can just ignore him and grab the item behind him if you want. And Madam Anna. Oh, good.
Too much clutter.
Well, we got our sockets there, so let's see what we got. Ruby flask isn't really helpful for us, but we'll hang on to it. It can be used for vendor recipes, which we may or may not do. So we have that sealing flask. We do not want to get rid of this. I'm going to put essentially my healing flask in that second position. We now have a wand here with the correct colors, red, blue, blue. So I really shouldn't be doing this in the dungeon. I should go back to town, but I'm feeling pretty safe here. Put Absolution, minion damage, and I'll use my phantasms. Just gonna replace that. Rolling magma, I'm not gonna be using that anymore. Just gonna take that out. I'm gonna put this extra wand in my offhand so I can level some more skeletons when I get those. Okay, this is to sell, this is to sell. Got an essence. I have a Vaal orb. Alright, well I'll show you what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna take the skeletons and I'm gonna right click the Vaal orb and click the skeletons. There are a variety of random outcomes that could occur. The only one that's useful to us is Vaal summon skeletons. So we'll roll the dice here and see what happens. I think it's about a 1 in 6 chance of getting a Vaal summon skeletons. That's why we want a level 6 skeletons. If we get it this early, we're gonna be in great shape. Nothing. Alright, it corrupted it, which means you can only do that once, and you can't add quality to it now, which doesn't really matter. You could still level it, you could still use it as a regular summon skeletons, but this is dead. Throw it away. Okay, pretty lucky to get a Vaal orb so early. So you can either log out or use a portal scroll, get back to town.
Make it fast.
Gonna sell our junk here. Grand, that's a level 18 flask, and these are level 12s. We can sell one of our mana flasks. Okay. Doing very good here. Let's put some of the stuff in our stash so that we're not... Normally you'd put the currency in there too, but with a solo self-found campaign here, I'm just gonna hold.
You are dream.
We'll get our skill point from our quests. Alright. Not feeling too strong right now. So I could come down here, take life first. Probably be smarter, but you know what? I'm gonna go for minion damage here sooner. It's probably a bad idea. Go back to the crossroads. We're gonna go all three directions here. Oops, I forgot to set up my new skill. I'm gonna put Absolution down here. This is what Absolution looks like. You do a lightning attack, and then when you kill stuff, it summons these Absolution spirits, or whatever they're called, and then they fight for you. Alright, we're gonna get rid of our flame wall here. We're gonna put our flesh offering in our side mouse button, or whatever button is convenient for you, so that I'll use it more often. Got some boots here. It's got nothing. Alright. Only thing we care about is movement speed.
When I'm ready and not before.
Strong box. Just a regular strong box. Not magic or rare, but still. Did I not click it? Right. Yeah, nice. Alright, got a skill point here. Just minion life, which isn't really all that helpful to us, but now we're getting
Learn a thing or two here.
attack and cast speed, which is really helpful. This is a great node right here. Alright. Flesh offering. Boost the minions' attack and cast speed even more. Alright. So we're trying to gotta find the center of this zone. You can see the floor marker there. That's where we're trying to get to. So usually what I'll do, since I'm lazy, is kill a pack of monsters. They'll give me a corpse. Use flesh offering then, and then move on to the next pack, and usually the offering will last long enough. Alright, we saved our progress here at the waypoint, and a little trick you have here is if you line up the waypoint and this center device, which we'll learn about later, it points to the exit of this zone. So basically we go the direction that the waystone is from that very center. You know it's down here. And there's our exit. Okay, we're in Chamber of Sins, level 2. There is a Trial of Ascendancy here, if I remember correctly. So you gotta remember to do that. If we find any Vaal side areas, we're gonna do all of them, because gives us a chance of some Vaal gems. We can get lucky and get a Vaal summon skeletons, which would be awesome. Or we could get a Vaal detonate dead, which is also really a great item to have. So I'm going to be very careful to avoid these dangerous traps. You can see the minions fighting for me there.
And not before.
Yeah, see them dodging these traps effortlessly. Alright,
There is a fine line between consideration and hesitation.
Make sure you get it.
The former is wisdom.
It's a shame to die at the end of these.
Is fear.
Alright, cool. So what do we got here? Boots that are useless, we're gonna sell those. This gives you additional elemental resistances, which can be a nice tool to fix your resistance problem. It's just a flask, so it's only a temporary effect, so it's got its downside, of course, but it's nice to have. Hang on to that. We're not going to use it now.
The very
I could-
land learns to heed my demands.
I could slide it in, but honestly, I would probably never press it. Gain no benefit from it, so I won't even bother. As Frostblink levels up, it'll increase the amount of damage it does. So it kind of stays fairly lethal for lesser mobs throughout the campaign. Kind of an amazing skill. Alright, we're going to face a boss up here. It's not too tough, you just want to keep him from stabbing you too much. Kill his ads first. And then you've got your minions up, and here he comes. Just keep your distance. Watch your mana. Cross blink away. Yeah, not too difficult. We want... Okay, we get this gem. Talk to her.
Piety was up.
And we can just log out, or we can use Portal Scroll to get back to town. Okay, we're gonna get quest reward here, and I think we have Desecrate, yeah. I don't have enough dexterity to use it. That is the stat that we get into trouble with in this character, is dexterity, so we're not gonna use Desecrate right now, so it's fine that we can't equip it. And oh, that's it, that's all. Okay, we got these boots, we gotta sell these things here. Alright,
Travel far.
they can go either way. Normal progression would be to go down and then do the Bandits quest later, but I just do the Bandits quest now. This Absolution skill, even in the beginning, is usually strong enough to take out the boss without much trouble. So when we kill stuff, we're not only generating those phantasms now, but we're also generating the Absolution minions, so we start accumulating minions pretty quickly when we're able to kill stuff. We're in a one-on-one boss situation. We still generate some Absolution spirits, but not as quickly.
When I'm ready, and not before.
So there are some downsides to this. We just want to follow the road. The road's a little bit wandering through this, our waypoint. Waypoint's not really even necessary in this zone, but finding the boss, it's usually on the way, so. Alright, so the bandit quest, you get 3 bandits, and you get to choose if you want to kill them all, get a skill point, or you want to help one of them, and then you get another type of buff. This guy we're going to kill. I'm going to stay away from the mobs to a certain extent. They're often going to target your minions instead of you, so having the more minions is defensive, as well as doing damage, obviously.
It's kind of disappointing, really. I usually like rats.
All things considering, yeah, it's a pretty easy fight. Alright, now we're going to head down from town. It's a side area we're going to hit on the way here. This is where you need a movement skill to clear these gaps. There's another way around, but it takes a lot more time, and it can be kind of annoying to find the right place to go. That iron ring back there adds physical damage. Not really helpful for this build, so just skipped it, even though the loot builder's excited about it. Alright, so you're basically working together with your minions to eliminate monsters. At a certain point, they'll more or less just clear for you. So as long as you've generated them, you can just run and they will do their job for you. Okay, we went to the side here to find this side area. And we're going to look for the boss here, and then we're going to look for the waypoints. Yeah, here's the boss. You got to find the entrance to his arena. Can be any different side. Ooh, strongbox. So I will show you how we can roll our strongboxes here, where the area is safe enough. I can use a transmute to turn it from normal to magic. If I had an elk, which I do, I could actually turn it to rare. Early game, it's kind of a lot to spend. Usually you don't want to spend your currency, but you know, for the sake of demonstration, why not? Alright, so I'm gonna click it and get away from it. Okay. So I gambled an elk and I got 2 scrolls. Totally not worth it, but not always going to be that way. And later you can have so much currency that you know, spending an elk on something's not going to be a big deal. All right, so here's oak. We're going to eliminate oak here. See, we generated 6 phantasms and 3 absolution spirits. So got my little minion army here. See, they take damage though, so they don't necessarily survive every fight or every situation.
This land has no time for avaricious little despots.
It's kind of interesting.
Like you, Oak.
We'll give them some more health. And we'll be using an aura that'll give them some resistances later on. For now, they hold up okay, usually. I'm going to keep going off to the left here. We're looking for the waypoint and the what will be the exit of the act when we get here. Get this essence. Yeah, see, they're not even attacking me for the most part, so... The more minions you got, the more defensive your situation will be. There's a minion build called a Zoomancer, where Your basic goal is to have as many minions as possible. And then you're basically running around with this minion army that's killing everything for you, but it's also fairly defensive because you got so many minions that the mobs could potentially be choosing to attack instead of you. Sell that item. Usually the waypoint is just to the left of the boss, but it can be anywhere on the perimeter here. So, collect some extra experience. Sometimes it get frustrating to go the wrong way in the zone and not find where you want to go, but you just think of it as, you know, a chance to drop some extra loot, gain some extra experience, be more prepared for what comes next. Not always the worst thing to get lost. There's our exit, future exit, and here is our waypoint. Alright, so we're gonna not die. We're gonna go back to previous zone. Calm in the storm there. I should have come down for more health, but that's okay. Let's see. That's the side exit. That rare is pretty nasty. That's like a onslaught buff or something, that green highlighting, I think. Alright, so there's a breach up here. It's a league mechanic. I'm not crazy about it, so I'm gonna skip it. Up to you if you'd want to do it. You can see that that icon that passed by on the left side. Give you a few league mechanics to play during the campaign to kind of get you used to them. Okay, so there's got some exploding guys in here, which can be extremely dangerous. And usually what I do is I find the waypoint first, and then I just run to one side or the other. There we go. Here is exactly what we're looking for. Got super lucky. This is our third bandit, and we're going to help her. And what you'll get is some all res, 15 all res. You can see it down there in the chat window. 15 to all elemental resistances, and that is the key for later. So resistances are extremely important to reduce elemental damage. I opened up my character screen with C, where you can get it from the menu here. Go to defense, and what we want to get to is 75 in these three main resistances. I have chaos resistance, which is a little harder to get, and if you can get it, it's good, but during the campaign it's really not necessary. Later on it becomes increasingly important in the end game, but for now we want to head towards 75 in each of these. If we get more than 75, it will cap. You'll see in the parentheses it'll say like 120, but your fire resistance will be stuck at 75. There are ways of increasing it, but not in the campaign. That will come later if you choose to go a route like a max res character kind of situation. Right now our resistances are pretty irrelevant. When we get to Act 6, this will start to become fairly important, and then when we get into the end game it becomes absolutely critical. A hardcore player, well then you probably all know all about this already, but you want to get these capped as soon as you possibly can at any point in the campaign. Okay, for now we move on. I'm just gonna follow the... Oop, those are the exploding guys. Better just to stay away from them. Just keep running. you stop to fight things, sometimes a pack of those will sneak up on you and blow you up. That's always funny. There's two things we want to do here in this league, in this zone. One's at the very end, far end of the zone from the entrance, and one's on usually the other side. Sometimes is on the same side as the bandit, but I don't know if I've seen that or not.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Okay, this is our steel here. We want to kill this boss. And ideally close to that seal, because we're going to pick this up and then we're going to use it there. Okay, wow. Happened. Quest dialogue there. Should listen to. I'm just going to follow the outskirts of this zone, and I will find the third place I need to go. Got level. Oop. Nearly got blown up. The minions saved me. Again, minions defensive. Exploding guys. The purple ones. Alright. Kill some mobs just so my minions are up. There we go. Weaver's Chambers. All we're looking for is the boss room here. Spiders can teleport around, so they can sneak up on you pretty easily. Not especially dangerous, or no more dangerous than anything else. Wrong box. Always like to see that. Okay, it's magic. Ah, frozen. Frozen? Okay. That's an anxiety you feel when you open a strong box and suddenly you can't move. Okay. Alright, here's our boss. Depending on your character, this can be actually a pretty difficult fight. You got so many ads, and then the boss itself is pretty tough. The upsides of the ads is that they're helping you regenerate your flasks, your mana flask, your health flask. So sustain is not too difficult as long as you're not too underpowered. If you're super squishy, trying to run away in this battle is risky.
I need more mana.
We have an area attack here, we got minions, so, you know, things are dying all around us.
Too much clutter.
Okay, too much junk here. Why did I pick this up? 3 red sockets is no use. These are just rares that I was going to sell in town, I think. This could be something useful. Alright, 28 life. So, pretty much, when you unveil a rare, or even a magic, you're just really looking for life. Life is the primary stat that we need. Could theoretically craft it, but in a campaign, I don't know, that's spending currency. It's not the way I do things. So if it doesn't have life, unless it's got some other godly stats on it that I need, I'll just throw it away. 28 life is okay. For example, this ring here has got 25 life and 9 cold resist, so it's a clear upgrade for us. Right, we don't really need strength that much. It's got intelligence, it's got evasion, it's got a microscopic amount of regen, totally pointless. Mana regen that we'll probably never feel. This is completely useless except to sell. All right, 30 life, that's okay. It's got some resistances, that's okay. Reflect, completely useless. It's the wrong sockets for us though. So I'd be replacing it with a helmet that has no life, so it's an upgrade. If I have sockets somewhere else that I can use, then I will definitely...
I'll need to be more lithe.
Whoops. I need more dexterity. Ah, see? Stuck on dexterity. Okay, so we need to get some dexterity somewhere. Usually we're going to get that on rings, amulets, or we're going to get it on the tree. So right now, for this, we need 46 dexterity. And currently we have 24, so we got a little ways to go to make that item work. We'll hold on to it. All right, we need this. And we've got presently 3 transmutes and more alts. So take back our war sword, our unidentified
Too
items,
much clutter.
and we're going to go back to town.
What?
Sell our junk here. Okay. Do we have a better flask? Level 12, level 18. This is just level 12, but remember it's got our anti-bleed on it, so we don't want to replace it until we have something better.
Travel far.
And let's actually just dump this stuff in there. It's taking up too much inventory space for us. This stuff we could put in there too, but again, I'm just going to hold it, remind myself of what we have. Now, I'm going to be smart, start heading down towards my life.
Hello.
Items here. Okay, we're starting to see 4 socket items, so that means we can start finding 4 link items. That's good. That's what we want for our main skill. And nothing there.
Going?
See if they have a better
help
wand
is
for
yours.
us. Okay, here's a better wand for us. Minion damage. Minions deal increased damage, that's good. And also this one, and this one, and this one, but none of them have the sockets we need, so we can't really use it. What we could use is dexterity though. Right now we have a mana regen amulet, which is pretty much useless. 28 dexterity, 27 dexterity. Ooh, this has got chaos resistance even, but only 6. It's not that useful. This is dexterity and intelligence, and it's white, so we could turn this rare and possibly get some good mods on it. So the sure thing for fixing our dexterity would be this Jade Amulet. One of those. This one gets us closer to our goal on dexterity, and it gives us the chance for better mods. They're both already magic. We can't do much about that. There's 8 dexterity. There's 28 dexterity, and 3 life is useless. It's 18. I'm going to take the risk. And if we use an essence, this essence on jewelry will give us a microscopic amount of regen. That's basically useless. Lightning damage to attacks. Alright, so we're doing lightning damage with Absolution, but is it an attack? It's not, it's a spell. So we're not doing attack damage. This one also doesn't help us. So we might be able better off just using the elk on it. Alright, so 36 dexterity altogether, because we got 20 at in the explicit, we got 10 and 6. Got critical strike chance, which is okay. Got evasion, which isn't useful to us. Energy shield, tiny value of it, and rarity, which is barely helpful. Nonetheless, we can now equip this helmet. And we can get rid of these 2 items here. Okay. We got a tiny bit
Go
lucky
with the
there.
spirit.
That's the kind of thing I do to fix my stats. Alright, we're gonna head on in our zone. Alright, this zone can be a little dangerous. Got a lot of ranged attackers, you've got a lot of melee attackers, you got a lot of everything going on here. Plus, it's kind of a long zone. It's kind of a maze, so... Alright, you see those little exploding things on the ground?
Clumsy me.
That's definitely something you want to rule of thumb in this game. If it's a circle or if it's flashing,
When I'm ready, I'm not before.
it's gonna kill you. Okay. Where that frost blink can help you jump on these ledges and clear gaps. Really helpful to have. There's always a way through otherwise, but a lot safer if you have the freedom of movement with the movement spell. You can see this build. Damage is okay. Killing things relatively quickly. Minions are relatively defensive. So even though I don't have any particular defenses other than life in this character. Oh. Oh, I need a green. It's a little difficult for me to see the difference between blue and green. I need to remember to go back to town and buy some more skeletons so we can get our Vaal Selman skeletons eventually.
Fascinating.
Wrong box. If you're wondering about the gold, it's used for the current league mechanic. I don't know if it'll be available in future leagues or not. I think it probably will be. Yeah, currency exchange that they implemented uses gold. Hybrid flasks, not that useful. Okay, just gonna pick up these rares so we can sell them for transmutes. Buy more skeletons. Alright. Next zone. Gonna find the waypoint. Oh, we got beast here. See the yellow? So there are monsters that are especially tough, but you can use them if you capture them for crafting. So you also get this guy who's gonna help you in the zone while there's still beasts in it. But let's go back to Act 1 here.
Hello.
Okay, there's... And we want to get a skeleton or more. Let's see. Only got 3 transmutes, so 3 transmutes and my weapon swap. All right, so I could get a 3 blue socket wand here. So they could have 6 skeletons leveling all at the same time. And so I'll see if I can pick one up along the way. I've got an empty socket, but I can't afford it right now. Now because we finished that one quest in Act 2, we do get an extra skill point here, which is nice. Right. Good. Back to Act 2. Well, actually, a skill point. Alright, got a very good life node there. Later, you need more resists. There's a good all-res node right here. It's just 2 points away. It's pretty decent. There's one here. This gives you stats and all-res, which is really good. Those are optional. A third one that we're going to get, and we'll always be getting it, is this Scroll Preparations, great life node, and also some all-res. So there's a few places that you can fix your resistances. We also have these that have quite a high single resistance on each of those. So you have to spend some points to get them. It can help you fix up your resistances if you're really stuck as well. So we got a couple of places on the tree. Also over here, we'll eventually end up on this side by this minion wheel. This has got some good all-res as well. So you get plenty of places to pick up resistances on the tree, even if you're not finding them on your gear. And that's why I always just prioritize getting life, because with this character in particular, resistances are going to be pretty easy. Oh, still got another point, so let's see. Here we have increased area of effect. Doing some area damage with Absolution, so that's a pretty good mastery to take. Okay. Not really worrying about minion life right now. They kind of take care of themselves. Alright, so.
When I'm ready, I'm not before.
Okay, Chromatic Orb. These beasts are extra tough.
You will be a survivor.
You can just skip them, you're not feeling it. You also get your first ritual. This is a league mechanic. That's kind of interesting. If you're feeling strong, I'd go ahead and do it, because they can drop some pretty good items. You'll have to find all 3 of them though in the zone to make it worth it, so you'll spend some extra time here. And sometimes you get lucky, just like with everything in Path of Exile. You roll the dice enough. And the consequences for dying early on is really nothing. Let's see what we got there. A ringmail coat with 3 blues. Dark. Okay, make sure you clear the mobs. You'll have to clear some of them at least, but if there are other strays around, make sure they're cleared out. You don't want them making the ritual harder than it needs to be. Each of the rituals gets successively harder because it includes the monsters from the previous rituals. Oops. Wrong button. Using my flesh offering here, boost my minions a bit. Oh, that's the lead mechanic. Skip that. Oh, look at that. Alright, purple flowers. Pretty dangerous. We got 2 beasts here. If they die in the ritual circle, I believe they become part of the ritual, so this ritual might be extremely challenging.
You have been captured. You will be a survivor. Or you will be
This is the red beast, which is the toughest one.
survivor. You are well prepared for the end.
Alright. Grand Recall, we got some skill gems here that drop, but not really useful to us. Alright, here we go. I don't know how this is gonna go. Those strays. We got a skill point to spend too here, so this is not gonna help us. Alright, let's go. Just keep moving would be my basic advice here. If you die, then the ritual ends early. You don't get as many points to spend on rewards. So... Alright, we did it. Cool, let's see what we get. So here we get tribute points depending on how many mobs we kill in the rituals and some other factors later on. And then you can purchase these items. So we have an Omen here. Will be consumed when you level up. Grant Soul Eater for 5 minutes. So Soul Eater is pretty cool. It empowers your character as you kill monsters around it. Usually monsters have Soul Eater, so it's kind of fun to have it yourself. Since it's fun, why not? I'll take it. I should have looked at everything first to make sure it wasn't something better to take. This ring is useless. We don't need quivers. Gloves are useless. Alright, so we could take some currency here. 1 augment, 2. Okay. And we spent all our tribute that we can spend. Let's see what we got here. Belt. No life, useless. Grand mana, this is level 18. Level 12. Okay, gonna upgrade our mana flask a little bit. And that's about what we got. Let's go. Still got Einar with us because there's still some beast here. Okay, Falling Wand is what we want. It's a minion. It doesn't have the right sockets, but we'll pick it up for no apparent reason. Okay, we got our life. We're heading up. Get some more life up here. We're gonna get down and get all these great minion nodes, and finally spiritual aid, which will really bring our absolution to life. And we'll talk about that when we get there. Fairly linear zone here. I think there's a unique monster in here somewhere. You can just completely skip it if you're not interested.
When I'm ready, and not before.
When we go back to town, we're going to remember to buy our skitter bots, which I forgot to do. That's definitely going to boost our power. Alright, we're here at the end. We didn't even see the unique monster. So if you want to track that down and fight it for fun, well, you certainly can do that. Before we go too much further, we're going to go back to town to get our skitter bots, which is our first, well, depending on how you played. You might, if you got vitality or clarity, maybe you already have an aura. And you can see I have a Soul Eater now, since I leveled up, I guess. And it's gonna keep making me stronger and stronger as we go along. Actually never used it before. Kind of fun. Yeah, it's about to wear off though. Or that's the number of souls I collected, I think. Heavy belt. Okay. Totally missed the path I needed to take. When you're in a situation where you got all these ranged attackers, kind of good to eliminate them as first. Ranged attackers pretty dangerous for us.
I need more mana.
So you can see how fast I'm attacking now because of this Soul Eater. Alright, gloves, okay. Those are not going to give us the right socket colors, so I'm going to ignore them. Yeah, you can see how amped up my character is right now with Soul Eater. That's pretty crazy. There's so much cast speed. Alright, I think it'll go away when I change zones. What? I don't know. Okay, in any case, I'm gonna go back to town and buy skitterbots.
I do.
Here, I just need any blue sockets, drop it in, and let's see, do I have trans? Let's sell this junk.
Nothing.
Sockets there, and that's without the right sockets. That is not helpful. Okay, no life. It's useless. Maybe some of this other stuff helps a little bit. Without life, you know, it's just not worth it. Alright, I am going to use my essence on this armor. So, body armor, chance to avoid lightning damage from hits. That's pretty useless. Or, oh, life. The guaranteed life roll. This is the beauty of essences, is it guarantees an affix. In this case, since we're applying it to armor, it's going to give us a maximum life roll. So, see what we get. Hopefully something good. Strength is helpful, but not crucial. Armor, 13 armor is not really enough to count. 5 energy shield is pointless. 45 life is good, and then stun and block recovery, not really helpful for us. We'd be replacing strength and 25 life, 5 fire resist, so it's worth it. Get better sockets, better base, and more life. It's all good. We got 1 transmute, we can get 1 skeleton. Alright, we're gonna do it. That'll fill up our 5 sockets.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, got 5 leveling up. Alright, just looking for some Vaal orbs. Later acts, we can buy them actually. More life and energy shield, that's good. Alright, and we used the portal, so we need to go back to the town where of the act where we portaled. And we're back in action. Alright, so we're gonna climb this pyramid. I need a door there. is usually the challenge. It's a bit of a maze. You can see how much slower my cast speed is compared to when I had Soul Eater. And it was firing off like a machine gun. Alright, there is the exit. Just gotta get over there. Two-stone ring. The item filter highlighted is nice. It's got some built-in resists. So you can alch it or use essence and have a chance to turn it into a fairly useful item. This character is not super in need of resists though, especially if you go necro. So we're not going to bother with it. To do that, you'd have to use currency, so you're kind of gambling, and the payoff is okay, but it's, yeah, could probably use it for something more important. Alright, we keep working our way up. I skipped a... you're not seeing the crafting benches, since I did a previous playthrough. Periodically you'll find crafting recipes that you can use on your crafting bench in your hideouts. Since I've already done those in the previous playthrough, I can't really show it to you though. There's a hidden one in this area that I haven't taken yet. There's one back here in the back of this zone when you, yeah, this crafting recipe, but I've already clicked it, so it's not highlighting. Alright, click this, have a wait for something to happen. Alright, so I socketed, did I socket my skitterbots? I did. I need to activate them. Alright, you can see my skitterbots following me around. They shock and chill. Shock increases damage, chill slows things down.
More mana.
Alright, so get some minions going here. It'll get a whole lot easier. Avoid the main boss attacks, they're pretty strong. He's got that overhead slam. He's got a little laser. He drops rocks on you. So just watch what he's doing while you're fighting. He'll target your minions frequently though, so again, defensive nature of minions built in.
A pity. I think we could have been friends.
Okay, so useless items, but you can sell them. Strong box.
And not before.
Frozen. Alright. Cool. So that's worth a chromatic. Alright, gotta transmute. I could buy another skeleton if I wanted to. Chainmail. Chainmail is pretty good because chainmail can have red and blue sockets. We need to have at least one red. That particular chainmail is not helpful, but in general, that base type is good for us. Boots. Always take boots. there's the door. And guess what? We are on to Act 3. So, Act 3 here, we're gonna come up and go through this exit, but we're gonna take a break in the video, and I'll see you in the next one.